We have a minority report, and under the rules of the House, the presenter of that will have 20 minutes. Chair recognizes Representative Mike Glanton to present the minority report.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen of the House, this afternoon I rise to speak on House Resolution 882 and to deliver the minority report. Mr. Speaker, I first acknowledge my own personal commitment, dedication, and loyalty to the service and sacrifices of the brave men and women of our armed forces, regardless to the length of service, regardless to the branch of service or occupation within our various services. I also recognize and honor the service and sacrifices of every member of this House Military Caucus. Furthermore, Mr. Speaker, I acknowledge and honor the service and sacrifices of the spouses and the family members of our armed forces. Likewise, Mr. Speaker, every member of the Democrat caucus, from our leadership to our nearest rank and file member, has expressed nothing but unconditional loyalty and support to our military men and women. And we wholeheartedly recognize and commend the brave men and women in the United States Armed Forces and our intelligence agencies on their continued service and sacrifices for our nation. Mr. Speaker, for any member of this august body that has served for more than a day, hopefully can attest to my relentless and untiring support of our military, regardless of whether we're speaking in terms of active forces, reserves, or National Guard. And as a member of the military community, I am proud to have served. And I consider myself and my commitment to our military as a lifelong commitment and obligation. I am proud, Mr. Speaker, to be a member of the Army of One. Mr. Speaker, not only did my father serve and is a recipient of the Purple Heart, wounded in combat, my wife is a veteran, my son is a veteran, and my daughter is currently in her 18th year of active duty. And her daughter, my granddaughter, is on active duty at Fort Hood, Texas. We believe in our military, and we believe in our oath of enlistment to protect and to defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign or domestic, and to further guard our country and its way of life. Mr. Speaker, I say that to make sure that there is no question as to my personal loyalty to our military. However, I respectfully submit that this resolution, Mr. Speaker, has absolutely nothing to do with honoring our military. This resolution is not about the brave actions of our military. This resolution is not about principles or protections. This resolution is not about policy. Simply put, Mr. Speaker, this resolution is clearly about positioning and politics. Every member of our Democrat caucus has expressed their unwavering support of our military. House Resolution 882 does nothing to bring attention to the pressing matters for our service members, especially as it relates to affordable housing for our military families, improved health care for our veterans, vocational rehabilitation upon transition from military to civilian life, or homelessness among our military families. It does not address the mental health crisis, suicides, divorces, family separations, drug and alcohol addictions and dependencies, PTSD in our military community. Mr. Speaker, over the last 12 years, we have utilized our Guard and reserves in unprecedented ways. But what we have not done is address the unique concerns and issues and challenges of our military community in unprecedented ways. This resolution not only serves as a distraction from the business at hand, it does nothing to improve the lives of Georgians. As a matter of fact, Mr. Speaker, it does nothing to improve the lives and the conditions of a military in Georgia. But what it does is it burns valuable and limited time that we have here at the Capitol for the legislative session to do the people's business. The business we were sent here to conduct. The Democrat caucus is interested, is ready, is capable, and certainly able to conduct the people's business. As we often say, as the #1 state in the nation to do business, that Georgia is open for business. Likewise, Mr. Speaker, the Democrat caucus is open for the people's business. Let's do business. The people of Georgia put their faith in us to utilize our 40 legislative days as efficiently and effectively as possible, ensuring that every passing moment of this session is spent in the best interest of Georgians. This resolution brings national politics into the Georgia General Assembly, when the people of Georgia would be better served by us focusing on the pressing issues facing our state. And so, the call today, Mr. Speaker, from the Democrat caucus to our Republican colleagues is simply this: let's do business. With that, Mr. Speaker, I yield the well.